What's up, everybody? It's Colby Cheese, and I'm doing another pro game commentary. This one here is on Europe West once again, and around the 2100 ELO range. We've got XPK, one of those popular names you may have heard of, maybe not, who knows, but it should be a good match nonetheless. We're going to be seeing some Zed, top versus Jax, even a Cassadin mid, and something I have not seen in a long time is good old fat Urgot down the bottom lane, dueled with a Taric. A little bit of poke action coming in already. What are they doing here? So they're just going to back off. Nothing silly happening there just yet. It doesn't look like. And so from what I can tell, these guys are going to go for the whole swap into the stun, try and kill lane you. And DRAVEN is one of those champions that is just really strong auto attack champion. He's able to do really well with an aggressive support, so Alistar seems to be a good choice here in this case as well. I'm kind of curious how it's going to work out in that lane. They both have very strong champions to go up against each other, and they're kind of creating a wall here. Let's see if they're going to walk down into that and get caught, or if they are going to be good to go. Here it is. This is going to be an engage. There's auto attacks. Here's the stun going off onto Ziv, and it looks like he's going to be good to go, though. They're just going to back off. A little bit of fair trade going back between the two. It looks like the red team kind of won the train just barely. We're going to speed it up a second here. They are helping the junglers get their buffs, etc. Pretty standard fare. Nothing out of the ordinary from what I can tell. And let's watch XPK versus an Ahri in the middle lane. Now, I'm not sure how Cassadin is going to do against her, because I know that Cassadin does like to jump on top of people and use his burst combo, but she's got that Foxfire. She can turn that on. Even if she's silenced, it's still going to be hitting him in the face, so it could be an interesting situation. Now, I don't know if he picked Cassadin as his first choice, or if he was picking it as a counter pick. And a little bit of action coming down here on the bottom lane. They're looking for a first blood. Not going to get it. An exhaust goes down and a flash goes out. He is able to make his escape. Going to be going back to the base now. And no, he actually changes his mind. He says, well, screw it. I've got a couple of potions. Oh, that's interesting. He actually went for a biscuit, and he's got cloth armor as well. So he's already right off the bat going for that tanky Urgot setup and trying to kind of survive in this lane setup. And that probably is what helped him survive that early trade as well, is that cloth armor. And of course, now that he's got these health potions, he's able to sit here in the lane and not lose out on this juicy experience and creep score. Up top lane, looks like we have pretty even health bars. No one's really going too crazy until just now, so good timing on me looking up there. And we do have a Shen pinging in, or actually the red team is pinging the Shen that is coming up, so they do know he's coming to gank this Phones guy. If he is paying attention to the minimap, will definitely know that Shen's here, and it seems like he's playing a little bit safer, so I think he does realize that Shen is on his way. And so let's see if he actually makes any bad decisions here, or if he's just going to stay in that bush and play it for the most part safe. He can use that. Oh, he will be getting out of there. Didn't have to use his flash. He actually uses his backward dash ability to get out of that one. And a little bit of counter jungling action coming in here as Xin Zhao runs into the blue jungle and wants to pick up anything that he can find. He's actually waiting for that creep wave. This is actually very smart. So a lot of people will run past this and get seen by the creeps, but he knows that if he waits until his own creeps walk past this bush here, then he's gonna be safe to walk out without being seen. And now he's able to take those small golems down. He might even find this DRAVEN in here and be able to pick him up on the way back to the base. Let's see if he's going to jump on it. This is a little bit risky for him to do this. If he dives this, he could be going down. And his team, it's going to be a bit risky for his team to actually jump in there behind that. And that's 1v2 for him. Actually, he might die from this particular situation. Now, the Alistar is a little bit low on health, but Shin is coming down as well. There's the flash and the taunt. First blood goes down for DRAVEN. A bit of a risky play for that Xin Zhao. He was expecting his Urgot to actually shove in, but unfortunately Taric just was not there, so there was not a lot that he can do. On the other hand, XPK is doing a good job of shoving out this Ahri. She's really low on mana right now, working on just having that passive regen work her way up. And so it seems that the Cassadin lane has been working out in his favor so far. he does have those crystalline flasks built up and the mana potions and health potions, so that's helping him just to continue spamming out his abilities. This is going to become the new starting build of choice for most mid-lane champions. Picking up those crystalline flasks is such a huge benefit in order to help yourself stay in the lane for as long as possible. Now on the top lane, I usually like to do that too. I haven't seen a lot of top laners do that. Oh, nice trade there. They trade their lives for each other. They both get their 300 gold for that. Xin Zhao will be able to get a little bit of free farm up top lane if he heads there soon. Now that Gamble is level 6, XPK has to be a little bit careful until he hits that great 6th level as well. And there it is. She is going to be going all in, but she doesn't have enough mana to do much here. She's going to get ignited. He's not 6 yet, unfortunately, and that ignite will not finish her off. She has that health potion taken away to help keep her alive, and that is just too bad. He was not able to hit that 6 in time. If he was 6, she would have definitely gone down. So that was a very risky power play on her part. She knew that that was her moment to shine, but she just didn't have the amount of mana saved up in order to make the play. Dax down here doing his best to try and make a play for the Urgot, but instead he might actually put their team in a bad situation. The Urgot is going to go down. Both blue teams stay alive, and overall the kill lane has become the killed lane because right now Draven and Alistar is just too strong for them. Zed now at the top lane once again against Jax, shoving him into the turret constantly, and as you can see, Zed is able to farm extremely well. I've always noticed that Zeds tend to have really high creep score because it's very hard to stop them from farming, and Jax is doing a decent amount of burst damage to him there. He was able to jump out of that burst combo for just a bit, but overall he did lose out on that trade since it wasn't really even a trade. He just ran away and used a shuriken. What is the name of that actually? Razor shuriken. Okay, I can call it shuriken then. I just keep thinking, well, that's what Kennen's ability is called, but it's also, well, he is a ninja, and it is a shuriken, so you can call it that. It's just a razor shuriken. Ooh, that sounds so scary. And, alright, let's take a look down here in the mid lane. Once again, a little bit of trade going back and forth. XPK actually taking a little bit more damage than Gamble did. And right now, he is doing a good job of using that Foxfire to poke down XPK every time he gets in range of that. And XPK does need to be careful. If he gets to a certain critical health level, then Gamble will be able to all-in him, as PK only has that one dash, whereas she can do it 3 times. And there it is. There's the first dash. She's going to have 2 more ready to go. Let's see if she actually pops those off or if she just plays it safe right now. She did get silenced out of that, and she doesn't want to play too crazy or use any more mana, so she's just going to hang back. XPK doesn't get in range. Let's jump back. We did miss a kill. I was hoping something would happen in mid lane here, but we did miss a little bit of action happening up top, as we do have Xin Zhao coming all the way in from behind. Prawn Bear very low on his mana. He's trying to go in for the dive onto on Phones. Phones actually ends up dying from that and trades the kill. Jikazu is able to pick up the kill, so that's a kill and an assist for red team. But good job on that I can't remember his name. Okay, good job for Jax. Why could I not remember his name? And on bottom lane, lots of action coming on as Ziv uses his ulti. Wasn't enough damage, but they might be able to take down this Taric. He's so damn tanky though. They're going to have to get a couple more auto attacks. It is going to be enough. There's the kill. Unfortunately, it goes to the Alistar, but either way, they do take him out of the lane. Alistar going to try his best to knock up Photon, and he's not able to land that. Out of mana though, Photon has to rely on his last mana potion to stay up in the lane just a little bit longer. Yaziv is using his health potion, his last one. Okay, it just stopped ticking away, but he does have that 10 health per auto attack from his 2 Doran's blades, so he's going to be able to do his best to sit here in the lane and just farm up as much health as possible while shoving out this lane and trying to get Photon out. Now, they don't want to stay too long. They don't know where Xin Zhao is, but it looks like it is not going to matter. Xin Zhao is top lane, and they're going to go. However, Dax is back. He does put down the hill. He's going to go for the stun if they keep on chasing. Looks like they're going to go ahead and back off there. A little bit low mana. They don't want to get to the point where they have to run all the way around here. Luckily, the creeps are shoved at each other, and they did a good job. Although they didn't get the kill, they did achieve their objective of forcing the Urgot to lose quite a lot of creep farm, and now Phones is actually being the one who is being pushed up, because once Jax gets a couple levels in him, he can become very, very strong, and that's exactly what we're seeing. He's in a very damaging champion with his burst combo if he lands that full thing on you and starts doing his auto attacks. Alright. Xin Zhao looking for an opportunity to gank here. He's going in for the strike onto PK, but he wants to wait for PK to use one of his dashes. In fact, it's a little bit too late because now he's going to get the kill onto Gamble, and there's the ultimate from Shin. Is Zhu going to actually put himself in a bad situation? He's going to have to fight 1v2 now as XPK can jump away once more. And I think Zhu's going to die to Starlock, and he's just going to get kited once and twice, and there it is. There's the kill. PK grabbing that one, unfortunately, giving 2 kills now to their mid lane. And once you start to snowball at Cassadin, things can get really hairy quite fast. So that's the first 2 kills for Cassadin. He's got himself a Cheer of the Goddess. He's ready to start charging up those ultimate ticks. Every time you ultimate on Cassadin in succession, you're going to have more and more damage. Although just like Kog'Maw, it's going to cost more and more mana to do so each time. Let's see if Kevko can get a nice combo off. Of course, they don't want to all in right away, most likely, as they want to try and whittle them down just a little bit. We'll see if that actually is able to take place. Photon generally the one who can whittle people down, but it looks like we're going to have Izif going full in here as Kevko gets a nice combo. Exhaust goes down, stopping Izif from doing a lot of damage. Either way, his ultimate is still able to hurt by quite a lot. Izif is able to grab that kill without dying, so nice job bottom lane, really doing a very superb job. And oh my goodness, Prawn Bear getting outplayed. Bones is able to use his shadow to blink to the opposite side, not taking any extra damage while still shooting out abilities onto that Jax, and he takes him down with the help of that turret. Gamble grabs his blue buff, should help him quite a bit against XPK, but although we'll see if that actually helps him out, or XPK just steals that blue by killing him, as Gamble is kind of low. XPK half health as well, but using those health potions to try and get himself back up as fast as possible. If XPK can get 1 or 2 Qs off and then jump and go all in onto Gamble without getting taunted, he should be okay. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we're going to have a little bit of action as Izif is going to get caught by Zhu, and let's see if he can make it out. He's got the help of his creeps to do lots of damage, but unfortunately Urgot makes its way in there, and that's going to be shut down. 500 gold going to Zhu, and he gets finished off. Starlock throwing out the Q to take him down, and that's 360 gold for him as well. Looks like XPK shoving out Gamble throughout the lane. Gamble a little bit higher on HP right now, although XPK is using those health potions as much as possible. XPK uses his blink to jump back and try and dodge a little bit, but overall Gamble is starting to win out on trades right now, so he's going to have to definitely be careful about that. And getting taunted, this could be really bad, but nice job on the silence. Actually causes him to have just enough time to escape before Gamble does a full combo on him. And nicely done. He is starting to win out on these pokes here, as he's got Gamble down to the same health as he does. Now, a little bit lower, and he might actually be able to burst Gamble faster than Gamble can burst him if he doesn't get taunted, for example. Now, he's going to have to play this very well. Gamble going in for an all-in, using his ulti to try and go for that, and he does miss the taunt, allowing XPK to jump back in there, use the silence, and finish him off for the kill. It was a very big power play by the Ari to try and pick that up, and she almost had it, but missing that one taunt cost her that entire fight there, as XPK was able to easily jump in. And Cassadin is a much easier champion to play than Ari once you get past that early auto attack stage of the game. And so all you need is to just jump in and push buttons, and you pretty much land them, whereas Ari is more reliant on those skill shots, and that's exactly what we saw there, is that Ari missed her skill shots and was not able to do that. However, she did have enough damage to kill him, just didn't make it happen. And that's why certain champions, by the way, in solo queue have much higher win rate than others. For example, you take Evelynn. She's a champion with no skill shots. You just walk up and you attack people and they die. She does a ton of burst damage and she doesn't rely on landing anything useful. Then you take a champion like Syndra, who has the potential of being extremely powerful. It does way more damage than a champion like Evelynn. However, she has a lower skill rate, win rate, because her skill is just so high that you miss a couple of things and she's not consistent. And that's the thing about Cassadin right now versus Ari, is he is much more consistent in his damage. He will always land his abilities, whereas Ari has a chance to land her abilities. And in this particular case, Starlock says, "No sir, you are not getting away," taunts her. She was going up for the roam and paid dearly for that. Now Cassadin getting really far ahead, 3-0 at 14-4. Blue team looks like they have this game in the bag. There's not a lot that can happen. Good game, well played. Already going off. Looks like Xin Zhao said, fuck it. He is going AFK. What a dickhole. And hopefully he gets banned from this game, because no one likes AFKers. Even if you're losing and you're behind, don't AFK. That is just extremely bad sportsmanship and not the way to play the game. So let's see if he even comes back to help out. Even if you're behind 14-4, there's still a small remote chance that you can win. I've had games that we were losing by so much, and then someone on the enemy team just like disconnected or something on accident, not even like on purpose, and then we ended up winning. So who knows? That can happen on here. Anything can happen. It's solo queue. It's crazy. I won 12 games in a row in the last 2 days in solo queue, and like at least 1 or 2 of them were because the enemy team was winning, and then like somebody like DC'd for just a minute or two, allowed me or someone else to get ahead, and we were able to win. And so crazier things have happened, believe me. Ezib doing a lot of damage here. He doesn't even have any mana, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to catch those axes, and as long as he keeps catching those axes, he's going to continue doing the damage. But here comes Zed from behind. Let's see, what does he have? He's got a BF sword, and he's going to be ready to come in here and wreck shop, but can he do enough damage? Ezib has no mana, no way to escape here, and Phone's going for the ulti, using that actually after his abilities. A bit late on that one, so not smart. Phone's actually going to die and pay for that dearly with his life. He's going to go down now as XPK gets his cooldown up, is able to, excuse me, I'm like burping here, able to leap in there and take him down. So let's just speed this up. We're in a situation right now where there's not a lot the red team can do, and so I'm just going to rush through the motions and try and catch all of the fights. Looks like Gamble is going to get caught by Prone Bear, as Prone Bear is extremely powerful right now, as you know, that just tends to happen with Jax, especially as Ahri gets farther behind. I just don't feel like Ahri is that strong of a pick any longer. She can still get ahead and do well eventually, but the fact that she is very reliant on landing a lot of skill shots, there are just many, there's just a lot of easier champions out there that do just as much damage as her and have maybe even more utility than her. And so there's just better choices overall for solo queue if you're trying to win the game. Of course, if you want to have fun, and if you're just playing the game for fun, and you like Ahri, then play Ahri. But if you want to win the game, just play what's OP. It's really simple to win solo queue. You just play the really strong champions. That's why people pick Alistar. That's why people pick Shin. Maybe they don't even like playing those champions, but they're like, well, the champion's easy. It's very hard to mess up with the champions. They're very consistent, and they have a lot of utility, so I'm going to pick them, and I'm going to win the game. So yeah, overall, not a lot more to this one here, as red team is on their dying leg here. Double kill for XPK. Does get shut down though by Zinzal, so good job for him. 23-7 though is not going to matter much for that last kill on Zinzal. Prone Bear going to jump into the turret, taking a lot of damage, but he is able to make it out safely before going down. Hopefully that ignite doesn't take him down, otherwise he's going to have to cry home to mommy, as he didn't want to die there. Now they didn't get any kills there. There is the reverse position swapper from Photon, and that is actually going to pick up the kill on the Zev. They can't make too many plays like that, or it will potentially give red team a chance to come back. Of course, now they have not taken any front turrets, and generally my rule of thumb, or my goal in solo queue matches, is to have all front turrets down by the 20-minute mark. And so I would say make that your defining mark. You want to have all front turrets down by the 20-minute mark. A couple of reasons for that. By the 20-minute mark, and more around 24 minutes especially, you're going to be seeing a lot of objective control around Baron become a lot more prominent. Also, you're going to have people have at least their mid-game items pretty soon around that mark as well, and so it's going to make it a lot easier for 5-man roaming to take place without losing too much from just staying in the lane and farming and whatnot. So generally you want to have all those front turrets down and then start taking objectives around the map after the 20-minute mark, and especially around the 24-minute area. But that's the best I can give you as far as advice on just goals. Obviously that has not taken place right now, as red team just fell so far behind. They lost all their lanes and were not able to take any of the turrets themselves. Prone Bear jumping in, trying to do as much damage as possible, getting lots of bursts. He's going in a little bit on himself. They're playing a little bit too risky here. They're like, okay guys, we are so far ahead, we can do whatever we want. But that's 5 people. Red team is actually grouping up and trying to win this one. So luckily Zinzal came back. He decided to stop being an asshat. And so Gamble getting really low from that Draven ulti. They're going to be going for this Baron, trying to even this game back up as much as possible. Yuzif doing what he can to try and slow this down, but they think they might actually grab this one unless someone else gets in there. Yuzif going to get jumped onto now by Phones, and he will be going down. Phones grabs that kill, and they could be getting this Baron. This can be the comeback for red team. And Starlock jumping in there a little bit too late. Can't steal the Baron because it's already gone. BK says, fuck that. He jumps out and now waiting for some cooldowns. He wants to jump back in probably and pick up a kill if possible. And it doesn't look like there's anyone that's going to get in range of him to jump in. And they now have 4 people up now with Baron. They were able to take down that Photon kit. And there it is. There's the pickup from XPK. He's able to take down the Ari. Cleans up one of them. So that is one less person with the Baron buff. Of course, they do trade that for his own life. Definitely worth it because of the fact that he took off that Baron. So, yep, he even knows it. Baron off, yep. Very good deal. And, oh, there it is. Another person getting caught. So, red team seemed like they were going to be doing a good job. And that Ignite just, oh, it did not get the kill. I was about to say it just barely gets the kill. But obviously, I didn't get to say that because he didn't die. Alrighty, this has actually turned into a fairly exciting game. Now, after red team started making some plays, looks like Kevco wants to come around here. Prone Bear knows that there's no turret here, and Kevco is going to keep him CC just long enough. Photon definitely going to go down. There's not much he can do. That is a cool graphic, but it doesn't matter. You're dead. So overall, red team did a good job when they started grouping up, but once they split up once again, blue team decided to start taking advantage of that and pick them off. Zoo is in a really good position right now. He's actually strong enough to push back Starlock, but now that XPK is there, he's going to pick off Zoo. So once again, red team doing an extremely terrible job. They're splitting up all around the map and letting blue team pick them off. Gamma goes down to Brawn Bear, does trade a kill with the Ignite there. Phones is able to get a killing spree going off here, and Ziv now in a bad position as Phones is about to pick up that with one last auto attack. He almost gets kited down though, but that is the double kill for him, so good job on red team, or at least the remaining red team members. But overall, they need to regroup once again. That has been their strength, is fighting as a team, and if they start to split off, they have such amazing solo champions on blue team that they're just going to keep picking them up. And that's kind of one of the reasons they won the laning phase in the first place, is that in small skirmishes, blue team is going to win the game. Whereas in team fights, they seem like they have a pretty good team comp here. As, I mean, you got a position reverser into quite a lot of burst. You've got a stun that's going to make it easier for Gamble to land his abilities. Zoo uses his ultimate, and if it hits multiple targets, then he gets a lot of resistances from that. And as far as Phones is not really an AoE damage person per se, but he can still be useful by just jumping there and picking off their high priority targets, allowing the rest of their team to clean things up. Whereas blue team is going to have a good late game team comp, obviously, for team fights because of the Shen and the Jax. But for now, they are really, really strong in picking people off. So let's see if red team can actually group back up. They're still way far behind, but it's only 5,000 gold. It's honestly not that bad. They did pick up the Baron, which is good. Now it's 7,000, obviously. But all right. Still very far behind. They still need to take down 2 more front turrets to even be close to catching back up. Phones pushing out a little bit too far. Gets caught out of position. He might actually pick up a kill there. He shuts. No, he doesn't. Okay, so I thought he was going to shut down PK, but actually gets shut down himself. So that's 500 gold for Ziv, and overall makes red team in a really bad situation. Trying to defend this turret. And I think this is going to be the end of the game here real soon. Excuse me. I'm going to speed it up just a bit. They can't really defend too much here. Their turret is down. They're going to go ahead and go for the fight. They say that we don't want to give up our inhibitor freely, but I think they're going to have to, as looks like they're going to be trading 1 for 1 on that one, and they might actually shove back blue just a bit. And there we go. Ziv actually gets a nice shove aside on Gamble. Will it be enough? No, it looks like he gets slowed down by Photon. Photon getting shoved back by the Alistar. Ziv stays alive with the help of his Shen with the ultimate, and they are going to go ahead and they are going to go ahead and finish off that inhibitor. There's the position reverser onto the Cassadin. Cassadin blinks away, is able to stay alive for just a little bit longer, does get himself hit by Photon, and will be going down soon, looks like, and Photon trying to finish off people. Double kill for Phones, and they're going to clean off everyone, almost getting an ace there, but Draven just gets away barely with hardly any HP at all. What an exciting game overall. The red team is doing a good job of at least kind of hanging in there, but their early game just really set them aside too much. I forgot to get a glass of water, so my voice is gonna start getting a little bit coarse if this game goes on much longer and gets any more exciting. But I hope it does get more exciting because I like to watch exciting games. How about you guys? Probably so, I would say. Alright, I'm just kind of speeding things up a bit as we are waiting for action to commence. Blue team starting to group up just a bit. We're still missing 2 members. So they're just going to wait around, wait for those creeps, and do any kind of poke that they can. In the meantime, they don't want to get caught out of position. They know the red team slightly has the potential to come back if they allow it, but they're not going to right now. It seems that blue is going to go ahead, group up, do the smart thing, and shove in intelligently, and this could be the demise of red team. And what can they do to defend right now? They're going to wait on those creeps. They need to clear out those creep waves as fast as possible so the blue team can't get free hits off on that turret. But as if, you know, is going to be doing lots of damage. There's an ultimate from DRAVEN. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but just enough to poke them down a bit. Could mean the difference between a kill or not. We will have to just wait and see. Lots of damage poke going down onto the turret. Turret getting a little bit low from that damage on XPK. That's the cool thing about Cassadin, man. You can really burst people hard. Just sit there and pew, pew, pew. And once you're in a team fight, everyone's casting abilities. You're almost always going to have that force pulse up and ready to go. Cassadin standing over on the other side of the walls. This is one thing that makes Cassadin really strong. You can do what I call Cassadin things, where you just stand inside of bushes or on the other side of walls where people don't expect you to be and just jump in and take people out. Blue team was able to jump in there quickly, and there you go, doing Cassadin things, jumping over the wall. They do grab the Baron, and Gale now getting caught in a bad situation, getting healed, so he's going to be okay for now, but he's going to continue jumping in there. Might be a bad situation. Shin using this taunt to jump in there, and that might be enough. XPK actually has enough time to use his teleport to get out of there. They do trade a kill onto Cassadin, but overall 2 people have died now. Dax and Gamma now goes down. Photon dies as well, and this is going to be a 2 for 3 trade. Can red team clean this up? I don't know. It's going to be really close. Phones needs to do a lot more damage, but now he's against the tanky targets, and that's going to be an ace as blue team picks up the last couple of kills, and that's probably going to be GG right there, as blue team can definitely shove in these turrets. It's going to be several seconds, at least 15 seconds before turret comes up. Another 17 for Gamma. I don't think she can defend against these extremely tanky targets, so they're just going to finish off this last couple of turrets and the Nexus, and that is good game. So thank you guys for watching this pro game commentary once again, and make sure you join my crew by hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you around for the next one. This is Colby Cheese. Peace out, guys.